What if I told you that right now, at this very moment, a supernatural battle is raging, and you are the central character? Imagine a force so powerful that entire spiritual realms are trembling, tracking your every move, preparing for a destiny that could transform generations. This isn't a movie. This isn't fiction. This is your actual life. There are people walking among us, marked by something beyond human understanding, people whom dark forces fear before they've even realized their own potential. People like you. Every unexplained struggle, every mysterious obstacle, every seemingly random challenge in your life. They're not accidents. They're confirmation of something extraordinary brewing inside you. And today, I'm about to reveal the 5 unmistakable signs that prove you're not just living an ordinary life. You're destined for a supernatural breakthrough that will shake the very foundations of reality. Let me take you into a realm most people never see. A spiritual dimension where heavenly forces are constantly watching, strategizing, and preparing you for a mission that goes beyond your wildest imagination. There are people whom even the enemy doesn't fully comprehend, yet they're already working against them. Not because these individuals have achieved greatness, but because they are destined for something monumentally significant. In God's kingdom, there's a concept called elected grace, a divine designation that sets certain individuals apart for unique missions. This isn't about being more loved or more special, but about carrying a specific blueprint that will transform lives, break chains, and trigger massive spiritual transformations. Now imagine an invisible battle happening around you right now. The heavens are watching your growth, your awakening to God's call, while simultaneously darker forces are alert, seeking ways to frustrate the divine plan for your life. They understand something critical. If you succeed in fulfilling your purpose, entire ecosystems of lives will be impacted, generational cycles will be broken, and profound transformations will occur. Let's talk about spiritual warfare in a way that might shock you. Attacks often begin long before you even understand what's happening. Take Joseph's story, for instance. From a young age, he had prophetic dreams indicating his future greatness. But even before these dreams could manifest, his own brothers, consumed by envy, conspired against him. They threw him into a pit and sold him as a slave. So what was truly happening in that moment? The enemy was already acting to destroy God's plan for Joseph's life before he could even occupy his destined position of authority. This isn't just a historical narrative. It's a blueprint for understanding how spiritual attacks work. When higher realms recognize the greatness that is to come, they do everything possible to prevent you from reaching your ordained position. These adversities are not random. They are profound reflections of the importance of your calling. Every spiritual difficulty you face is actually a confirmation that something significant is brewing. The adversary isn't concerned with people who have no spiritual impact. If you're experiencing intense spiritual challenges, it's a clear sign that divine forces recognize what God is about to do through you. But here's the most powerful revelation. Every struggle, every seemingly impossible obstacle is part of your spiritual strengthening process. God doesn't allow challenges to destroy you, but to refine you, just as gold is purified in fire. You are being meticulously molded into the exact person necessary to fulfill your divine assignment. The first profound sign of being marked by God isn't about your achievements. It's about the spiritual resistance you encounter before you even understand your purpose. Imagine a supernatural battlefield where forces beyond human comprehension are already strategizing against your potential. This isn't paranoia, this is spiritual reality. When heavenly realms mark you for an extraordinary mission, dark forces become immediately alert. They don't attack you because of what you've done, but because of what you're destined to become. Think of this as a preemptive spiritual defense mechanism triggered by your divine potential. Every obstacle, every seemingly random setback, every unexplained difficulty is actually a confirmation of your significant calling. The enemy's recognition manifests through strategic attacks designed to discourage, derail, and disconnect you from your divine path. These attacks are calculated, sophisticated, and often arrive through unexpected channels. Family members, close friends, professional setbacks, unexpected health challenges, or psychological warfare targeting your self-belief. The goal is always the same: prevent you from stepping into your God-ordained purpose. Supernatural protection isn't about avoiding challenges. It's about being preserved through them in extraordinary, inexplicable ways. This isn't just theoretical protection, it's active, moment-by-moment divine intervention that defies natural laws and human logic. Imagine invisible angelic forces constantly rerouting potential dangers, blocking spiritual attacks, and creating miraculous escape routes you'll never fully comprehend. You might have survived situations that statistically should have destroyed you. An accident narrowly avoided. A terminal illness mysteriously disappearing, a conspiracy crumbling before it could impact you. These aren't coincidences. They're manifestations of divine protection. Consider biblical examples like Daniel in the lion's den or David consuming consecrated bread. Scenarios where natural consequences should have been fatal, yet supernatural intervention preserved them. This protection extends beyond physical preservation. It encompasses mental, emotional, and spiritual domains, providing unexplainable peace during chaotic moments and strength during seemingly insurmountable challenges. Isolation isn't punishment, it's your spiritual preparation room. This isn't mere loneliness, it's a strategic period of refinement where God strips away everything unnecessary to prepare you for your extraordinary assignment. Biblical heroes understood this profound principle. Moses spent 40 years in the desert before leading Israel. Elijah retreated to a cave during his most challenging prophetic season. Jesus underwent 40 days of intense spiritual testing before launching his ministry. These weren't random periods of solitude, but intentional seasons of spiritual transformation. During isolation, God does intricate internal work impossible amid life's constant noise. He develops your spiritual resilience, recalibrates your understanding, and downloads divine strategies directly into your spirit. You might feel misunderstood, excluded, or rejected, but this season is actually your most significant growth period. When God marks you, communication transcends ordinary channels. Dreams, visions, and spiritual impressions become his primary language, a supernatural communication system far more real than physical conversations. These aren't random subconscious projections, but precise, targeted messages carrying specific instructions, warnings, and revelations about your destiny. Some dreams will feel more vivid than your waking reality. Others will contain symbolic languages requiring spiritual interpretation. These supernatural communications serve multiple purposes: guidance, protection, confirmation, and spiritual positioning. Consider biblical dreamers like Joseph, who received entire life blueprints through prophetic dreams. Your supernatural communication might not always make immediate sense, but it's strategically designed to prepare you for what's coming. The final sign involves external confirmations, moments when God uses unexpected messengers to validate your calling. These aren't coincidental encounters, but divinely orchestrated interactions designed to encourage, redirect, or confirm your spiritual journey. These confirmations can arrive through prophetic words, seemingly random conversations, strategic encounters with strangers, or messages that speak directly to your most intimate spiritual struggles. They often emerge precisely when you're experiencing maximum doubt, serving as divine reminder that your journey is monitored, understood, and supported by higher powers. A stranger might prophesy something about your future without knowing your current circumstances. A casual conversation could suddenly align perfectly with an internal spiritual question you've been wrestling with. These are not accidents, they're strategic spiritual interventions. God uses these external voices to reaffirm what He has already placed within us. It's as if He is saying, I see you, I know your path, and I am with you. Moreover, these confirmations can also be a way for God to remind you of promises He made in the past. Perhaps you received a promise from God years ago, but over time you began to doubt its fulfillment, and then suddenly someone appears, and without knowing anything about that promise, speaks exactly about it. This is God telling you, I have not forgotten my word, what I promised I will fulfill. So remember, you are marked by God, chosen, loved, and protected. And nothing can change that. If these words have spoken to your heart, subscribe to the channel and activate the notification bell so you won't miss more messages like this. God has great things in store for you. I wish you a beautiful day ahead.